What makes NC State's defense so good?
They play hard, great up front, a lot of guys back, a lot of experience. It's basically the same team that we played for the last 3 years. Got a lot of guys that have played a lot of. They graduated a few players, but they really play hard.
Their linebacking core.
Linebacker core, D-line. Great pass rush up front, fitting up gaps. You can tell they've been coached. They're coached very well.
Who would you compare them to that you already played? Anybody in particular?
I mean, they're just as good up front as anybody we play.
Really?
They really rush the passer, and you could see that in the Clemson game. They came after Deshaun and they made a lot of plays. I mean, right there, they hit hard. 24, number 8, they come up and they're putting their head on the ball and trying to get the ball out.
How would you rate offensive production this last game?
Not running, but 63 plays. Not a lot of plays. Coach Cutcliffe and those guys did a good job of keeping us off the field. So, that just boils down to when you're on the field, you got to execute. You got to convert first downs and convert third downs, and then when you get down in the score zone, you got to score touchdowns.
Do you grade on a curve at all? Because you still average 7.7 yards per play.
No, you don't grade on curves. I mean, y'all don't judge us on we don't get curved for losing, right? So
that's right.
No, don't grade on the curve. It's just one of those things where they did a good job of keeping us off the field, and like I just said, when we're on the field, we got to execute.
With that said, do you anticipate or prepare for some these other schools coming up that might slow it down as well?
If that's if that's what they choose to do, then that's what they choose to do. But it just boils down to us taking advantage and doing the things that we need to do offensively when we are on the field. Executing.
What did you think of James Quick's performance the other night?
I thought Quick played well. He did some good things. It's one of those things where, for his wideout group, I told them they all want the football, but 63 plays and 8 or 9 guys play, so there wasn't a lot of reps for a lot of guys.
Lamar mentioned that after that first drive where they scored the touchdown, some of them may have felt it was going to be easy to beat Duke. Did you sense it on the sideline?
Just with that whole 2 weeks off coming back, you never know what kind of performance you're going to have. I thought we started the game out okay, but right there we went in a lull and then they held the ball. Like Dean Smith did in '72 with Phil Ford. Kept us off the field. So we got to come out and start fast like we have previously in some of the other games.
Lonnie, was that the first game that Spence addressed?
Yeah, that was the first game of Monty dressed.
Is he kind of thinking that you may redshirt this year? Or?
That's a head coach question.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
What's the film look like on NC State so far?
They're a mature team. They got a lot of guys coming back from last year, so we anticipate for it to be a good game.
What do you remember about last year's game?
It was a hostile environment. It was away. They play hard, and they're going to keep going until last play. I think it came down to like a 3rd and 9 or something like that. So it's a good quality team.
Did you watch the NC State Clemson game?
Yeah, I did. I watched the whole game.
And what did you take away from the way NC State approached Clemson?
It didn't surprise me at all. Like I said again, it's a great team, well coached. They play hard, run to the ball. So we're just trying to execute our game plan and go in and get a victory.
What do you think it says about the ACC Duke coming in and slowing you guys down and keeping the game close, and NC State going into Clemson? What do you think it says about the ACC?
The ACC is arguably the best conference in the country. So each and every week you got to come in ready to play. You can't, look over an opponent and look down your schedule any week because you're liable to, come up and get beat. So we take every opponent on our schedule seriously.
How's the locker room handling the Lamar Heisman type?
Honestly, we don't even pay it any mind. He doesn't pay mine, so we don't pay mind too much. But it is kind of weird sometimes. You're in your room watching TV and then you see his face pop up. But outside of that, we don't try to fall into it too much.
Anything particular you all do to keep him humble?
Nah, he keeps us humble, really. And vice versa. So we just try to bounce that off of each other and just keep doing what we came here to do is win games.
How much thought is given to winning with style points, considering the landscape of different games?
That's always good, win with style points. But honestly, if we have one more point than other teams, it's always a lot easier to watch the film that weekend. So, as long as we get the W, and we're good, honestly.
Are you a guy that watches Sports Center? And if so, what do you think when you hear Louisville's being mentioned for the playoffs?
I do it every now and then, but I feel like we deserve to be in that talk. We work hard. We got the talent and the caliber to do that. So we're just going to continue to keep working hard and let the chips fall where they fall.
You know James extremely well. What has this last 2 weeks been like? How has he responded?
He's responded well. He's worked hard. You know, he's a leader in the receiving corps, so guys look up to him. So when we're out here in the practice field, he's always leading the pack. So we look at him for a lot of leadership.
Jeremy, what do you think about breaking an 80-yarder the other night?
It felt great to actually be able to do something that I've always been doing, that I do in practice almost every day, finishing through. So it just felt great being able to do it again once in the game.
Yeah, Coach had said, and I think from the times we got to watch, you got practice in the spring, and you know, anytime in the fall, you always do seem like you have a 40, 50-yarder at some point. But you know, I guess what do you feel like is that knack that you have of breaking a big one every now and then?
I play great defenses now as I see though. So every chance they get to try to tackle me, I guess they do the best that they can and try to avoid, but sometimes it just don't work out like that.
What gives you the ability to break one?
Everybody doing their 111s, everybody doing the job, offensive line blocking, we running the right track, got the receivers blocking downfield, allows us to break free and carry on.
How early during that one did you think, I think I can take this to the house?
Really, as soon as I seen it, I was like, all right, this can go, because once I seen the guard kick out, everything just opened up from there, so now it's just on me to run. Had people blocking downfield, had a great block at the end by Quick, so that led me into it.
It looked like you still had to shed a couple people though.
It wasn't much, just arm tackling really is something running backs got to be able to break. We got to break one-on-one, so that just was something that we have to do.
Who are the better downfield blockers on this wide receiver corps?
They all block good, so anytime you really don't even know who's down there. Most times you just have to watch film and see it. But other than that, you really don't know who's out there. All of them really look the same as you're running.
With the weight to play you guys limiting your snaps, how anxious are you to get back out there?
We were very ready. The whole game we were sitting there talking about like, yeah, this is a great team that came in and took things slow and made us play off them. So that was one thing that we all noticed.
Well, how frustrating is it when you're used to playing fast, getting a lot of snaps, and the other team's just kind of playing keep play?
It's not. Well, it's frustrating because you really want to be out there, but they play great defense with their offense. We're gonna put it like that. But so other than that, can't really do much about it besides wait and cheer on our defense.
NC State-wise, when they were able to keep it real close with Clemson, keep them off the board for a great deal of that game, what did they present as a problem for you guys?
They have a lot of great tacklers. They come upfield. A lot of secondary players who want to hit. So that's a big thing. Most teams, you don't see a lot of secondary players who come up and hit.
Jeremy, I guess you had, you know, obviously you had a real long run this last game, but it seemed like you had sort of settled into this job as the short down guy or the goal line guy. What do you think about that?
Early on in the season, I didn't see my role as being a short down back. I seen it as I could be an every down back, but once I really settled in and took the role as being whatever they gave me, I bought into whatever they wanted. I came up with that.
Do you have confidence? I'm assuming that you have confidence every time that it's a 3rd and 1 or a 3rd and goal at the 2 that you could get what you need to get out of that.
Most definitely. As long as our offensive line block, have a great fullback in front of me who's always taking up the slack, getting his block on the other side of the line, and my one-on-one, I'm always taught to fall forward. So that 1 yard, 2 yard, I'm almost guaranteed every time we get.
Is that a pretty big deal to have Lamar Atkins back there blocking for you?
What do you mean by a pretty big deal?
I mean, is he a big help back there?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Most time, if we back there by ourselves, it's more of us having to go attack that one man with him in there. He's attacking him and we're running off him. So it brings a better edge, you might say, give us a better gap to run through with him back there.
What are the different dynamics with you and Ratcliffe, you feel like, when for switching it up or anything like that?
Ratcliffe, he plays a lot faster than I do that I can see. Like me, I seem like I play slower than him. He's always like a step in front of me. So I try to keep up with him at times.
Did you have much experience catching the ball before you came here?
High school I caught a little. JUCO I caught very little. But other than that, I mostly caught here.
It seemed like you got onto it.
Yes, sir.
But What's the key to that? You seem to be really good at catching and running.
Just staying focused. Coach Smith always tell us stay focused with what we're doing. Read the ball. I mean, like catch it either stripes or no stripes, whatever.
Words and blanks.
Words and blanks, however you want to say it. Other than that, that's basically what it is. We got to lift the ball into the tuck. So that we try to do as running backs.
Jimmy, Coach Petrino had said also that your pass protection's been key to you staying consistently on the field too. Is how much of pride do you take in that? Or
As a backfield, we take a lot of pride in that. Coach Smith, since the season been going on, I think as the running back group, I think we gave up 1 sack, close to 1 sack. So we take a lot of pride in that. As a running back group, we don't like to give sacks or anything.